Today, folks, we're going to make that classic Italian flatbread, the Piadina, which originated in northern Italy. It is so easy to make and it is ready in less than an hour. Only a handful of simple ingredients. These are always best served warm if possible, but if not, they will keep in the fridge. You can layer them with wax paper in between, put them in a plastic bag and keep them in the fridge. To eat these, the classic way, one of the classic ways, you fold it over. You don't cut it in half. You just fold it over into a half moon shape and then you fill it with what you want. Nice spots on it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Piadina Italian flatbread. It almost tastes a little buttery. What a flavor. That olive oil really, really makes it. And the texture is fantastic. Just that little bit of crispness on the outside, and the inside is nice and tender. That little bit of baking soda that we add, just it's that nice little extra little fluffiness to our Piadina right there. But you know what, folks? This is versatile, it's quick, it's easy. Less than 45 minutes, you've got the classic Italian flatbread ready for your favorite fillings.